Hello and welcome to a very special video as myself, Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hello, hello.
And Jay.
Hello.
We are actually going to be recording our live reactions of today's Warhammer Preview. So at the time of recording, we're still about 20 minutes away from the preview starting, probably only about 5 minutes away from the preview chatter. Guys, this is pretty exciting.
It is. Now, sadly, a lot of these images have leaked online, but you two have managed to stay away from them, haven't you?
Yeah.
We have not seen.
So all I've had is Matt saying I might want to start a 30k army. That is it. That's the level of spoilers I've had. So I can live with that.
There's stuff for all of us in this show from what I've seen. Now, hopefully there's more that hasn't been revealed yet. Made a conscious effort to not post that because, look, it's going to be more fun seeing it during the show, isn't it?
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to this. And the fact that you've said, Matt, that there's some 30k, that to me says that there's going to be something for everybody if we're going to get a bit of Horus Heresy.
I think we're going to get something for every system here.
Do you think we'll also see the like spin-off games like Underworld and Necromunda and Blood Bowl? Will we see something of that here as well, do you reckon?
So, in the stuff that I have seen, I'll tell you the systems, yeah?
Okay.
So I've seen stuff for Lord of the Rings, stuff for 30k, stuff for 40k, stuff for Sigmar.
Okay.
So that could be that maybe we've got a show with the mainline games and a show with the spin-off games, perhaps. Or they might just mix it between the two. And this, I think these leaks have been from like banner art from Warcom that people have managed to like data mine.
Right.
So there could be other stuff as well as that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting because we were talking on this week's podcast that we thought maybe the two weekends would be split between systems. So maybe this would be an Age of Sigmar preview, and next week would be the 40k Sigmar. But it sounds like that's not the case. It's going to be a mix of different things, which is good as well.
You know what? I quite like that. There's stuff for everyone then, isn't there?
It means you have to tune into both weeks, really, if you were just a 40k fan. And who knows, you may see something in the other systems there that sort of piques your interest a bit and gets you converted.
Yeah. There's been an interesting comment from I think it was the Warcom Twitter page. There's going to be something very special at the end of the show as well.
Oh.
So we have speculated, is that the first episode from Warhammer Storyforge? Because interestingly, their Instagram account went live yesterday, didn't it?
This is the cartoon animation, not the CG Angels of Death animation, or have I got this mixed up?
No, it is Angels of Death, I think.
Official Games Workshop animations in a load of different formats and styles. The first show is Angels of Death. Okay,
because we did see some more comic-looking style animation preview, didn't we, a while back? Or am I just imagining things?
No, you did. Warhammer Storyforge are doing a whole range of Warhammer TV programs in a load of different styles. It can be a bit like the Animatrix.
Yes, real cool. Okay.
So
that'd be good if we see that.
The first one that we know about, and I've got a feeling, I think they'll do an Apple, and they'll be like, and episode 1 is on streaming services now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I agree. Especially with everybody being
streaming. We don't know where it's streaming from yet either. It could be on Warhammer TV, but I think they were trying to get it on things like Netflix and stuff as well.
When you just asked that question, Matt, I was thinking, what does he mean? Where's it streamed from? Does he think it's going to be streaming from Peach's living room again, like the?
Well, I believe they're doing the show. I believe they're doing the show live from the presenters' houses since everyone's working from home. It's going to be an interesting one.
So we will have Peach's better half walking on with Brews and stuff then, like in the.
Have you been watching Hangout and Hobby? It has been excellent this week.
I imagine they're getting some viewers in this week.
Yeah, I think they've record figures. I think for the shows they've had.
So, guys, what do you think? Is this better than queuing up outside Warhammer World, ready for the open day, or not? I can't quite.
I like you in my living room with a drink. That's pretty laid back as far as these preview seminars go, because we've been there at silly o'clock, haven't we?
Oh, wow. Here we go, guys.
So we've got Wade and Eddie currently introducing the preview.
Eddie with a brew behind him, which I approve of.
Fully. Wade's letting his side down quite clearly with no Brews. Like his hobby room, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some...
Oh, this looks incredible.
This is very Japanese animation, this.
Hammer and Bolter, Death's Hand, coming soon. These are 2 shows, are they?
I think
they must be.
Well, that's exciting. So new shows from Warhammer Storyforge.
These look like the concept art that we saw a few weeks ago on Warhammer Community.
Wouldn't surprise me if a lot of these shows are now good to go.
Yeah.
And here's Mr. Andy Smiley.
With some nice concept behind him. So Hammer and Bolter is the name.
Series, then.
Yeah. So Death's Hand must be the first episode of the Hammer and Bolter anthology.
Yeah, which is based around assassins and inquisitors. That's really cool. So Andy Smiley, who's head of Warhammer Community and is putting together the Warhammer Storyforge project, is just telling us a bit about the show. I have to say, I really like the look of the animation style in that. It's very anime, isn't it?
Absolutely. I love the, was it the Cluxus Assassin?
Yeah, from the Demon Host.
Yeah.
It reminds me a bit, I don't know if you guys have been watching the Castlevania animation on Netflix.
Yes.
Similar style to that.
Yeah.
Aaron Dembski-Bowden's done a script.
Jay is his biggest fanboy.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
you know what's a really good thing, though, isn't it? Getting all these Black Library authors writing these Warhammer shows. They're not going to go wrong there, are they?
No.
I mean, Andy's got a good point there where he says Warhammer fans have been desperate for an animation or media for a long time now. I always think this whenever I load up a Warhammer computer game and watch the introduction cinematics. I think, oh man, it'd be so cool if they made this into a full film.
Yeah.
I remember the iconic Dawn of War intro.
Oh yeah, they were brilliant. And Games Workshop have always been very protective of their IP, and I suppose that's quite right. When now they've got the ability to put out the shows themselves, they've got full creative control then as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you've seen how popular series like The Witch has been recently on Netflix. So there might be a bigger market for these kind of things than just Warhammer fans.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you mentioned the popularity of the Castlevania series on Netflix. I mean, Castlevania isn't, it's a good IP, but the amount of people that are watching that anime series that aren't probably have never played a Castlevania game before in their life.
Yeah. And the thing as well is they've got quite a lot. I mean, it doesn't have to be Space Marines blowing up orcs in every single show they make. There's quite a lot they could do, like a crime sort of drama in the Underhives with different characters, a bit like, like Altered Carbon and things like that, where it's a bit of a darker really sort of murder mystery type thing.
We've got the Warhammer Crime kind of branch of Black Library now, a Warhammer Crime TV show. More kind of like low-key, low-tech, just on the street to like Necromunda somewhere. Be so cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we know that there's a live-action Inquisitor Eisenhorn a series coming out, which could be along those kind of crime type storylines.
Yeah, and I mean, and how popular was the X-Files? So you could have like an Inquisitor series where they're investigating mysteries in the Imperium. How popular was shows like Fark? Was it? No, I've forgotten the name of it now, Dave. No, not Farscape. No. Firefly. Yeah, Firefly.
Yeah.
You could have a series set on a rogue trader's ship.
Well, how popular is the Mandalorian being? That very much plays the whole kind of space western thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think that Gotrek would work really well as an anthology show as well.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Brian Blessed is the voice, right?
Absolutely.
They're just mentioning now about the music and the sound effects of all the iconic like Warhammer weapons and stuff. There was actually a really cool article on Warhammer Community a few weeks ago where they sort of showed behind the scenes, didn't they? Was it the London Symphonic Orchestra?
I think so, yeah. I'm really looking forward to watching these. I think they're going to be ace.
That'd be fantastic.
You know what? I much prefer this format to standing in a hall as well.
There's something about being next to each other, though, as we're watching this stuff.
There is, but at least we're there virtually.
Yeah.
It's calm before the storm, this is.
It is.
Sounds quite like Lumineth Elf music, this does.
It does. I'm sure we'll see some Lumineth today. I'm hoping they show the rest of the range, because there must be still kits we haven't seen.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've seen bits and pieces, haven't we? Those hammers, for example. That's going to be a different unit yet that we've not seen, because all we've really seen are two infantry kits and the cavalry, and a couple of characters. Yeah, Caster and the Teclis, of course. So yeah, I mean, there'd been mention of the bolt. I say bolt thrower, some artillery piece that is going to be.
You do know, Jay. You do know that Matt's trolling you here, because Matt might know. Matt might have seen it, and he's just playing quiet, and he's
Well, don't tell me. We'll find out.
I'm not saying anything either way. I don't want to ruin it.
Should only be a minute away from the next reveal.
Elf for wealth. Things that remind you of elves.
I have to say, I love the Warhammer TV teasers.
Elf. Oh dear. What?
A giant walkout made of rock and armed with a massive hammer.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
What on earth is that?
Well, that's amazing.
Ooh, new hammers.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
They're like treemen, aren't they?
So they are obviously because there's the 4 subcultures of the elves, and the mountain. They must be representing the mountain.
Well, they're really cool. Mr. Phil Kelly. I was going to say, is that just Phil Kelly's own books on those shelves?
I think so. So Phil Kelly's explaining a bit more about the Lumineth in this new miniature.
What are your initial thoughts on the miniature, Jay, for a resident elf lover?
Well, completely unexpected. I need to have another look at it, but it looked fantastic. I managed to spy like a few little details like rocks growing out of it and things like that, but we've only had a very, very quick glimpse of it so far. The units with the hammers look fantastic.
Yeah, I really like them.
I
think they were a Rumor engine that we posted about as well.
Yes. I wonder though now whether we will see the other subcultures in this book, or whether they will come later, because all we've seen so far are what look like the mountain Lumineth.
I think they'll do it like they have with the Stormcast, where they can save the other cultures for future battle tomes.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Was he just saying that the Lumineth are responsible for the Age of Chaos?
Yeah. Playing with magic created the weaknesses that let the demons in. I believe back in the podcast, a couple of months ago, we speculated about kind of elementalist mages and having, elemental monsters that'd fight for them.
We did.
Yeah.
Someone at Games Workshop must have been listening.
Now, we'd speculated it'd be endless spells. Didn't think there'd be a massive monster kit. If you go to Warhammer Community, there's now pictures of the new kit.
Oh, let's have a look.
Part mystical creature, part mountain, and it can go toe-to-toe with a bloodthirster.
Ho! It's going to have good stats then.
Wow. Oh, yeah, the big mountain on the back. Fantastic.
That with little trees and stuff, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That
again, very
much
a Studio Ghibli kind of vibe to these as well.
Yeah, and I can see there one of the alternate heads has got the horn that splits in two, which is one of the Rumor engines solved.
Yeah, from the right up on the site, one of them's a named character.
Yeah. So you've got Avalenor, the Stoneheart King, who has the 2 hammers,
Right.
and Alarith, Spirit of the Mountain, which is the one with the 2-handed hammer.
They are really nice models, and you know what? The stylings of like the greaves and stuff are the same as the spirit of what's his name? The guy who's invisible now.
Silinar Teclis, yeah. Eltharion.
Eltharion, yeah. And yeah, those new hammers are really good. Stone Guard.
Immense.
Do you know, looking at the 2 kits there, there's a lot of differences between them. So I think you're going to get a lot on this sprue. If you look at the arms, there's like a different pattern of fur on the arms and on the feet.
Mm.
You've got the mountain there with the trees growing out of it, and the mountain which is just rock, like crystallized rock.
There's going to be lots of parts for kit bashing here, aren't there?
I think so. You've got the 2 different horns and the head. Obviously, the 2 different weapon options there.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. I really like the infantry kit as well.
Yeah, the way the models flow with the cloaks, really, really cool. And I think you mentioned, did you, Matt, that all the tassels and cloaks are in the same direction across the range?
Yeah, look at all the models. It's so when they're stood up, it looks like the wind's blowing. There we go. Back on the Twitch stream, look some better pictures now. They are amazing.
So nice. And you can see the sort of cow motif now in their head gear.
Yeah.
So, you excited to get these then, Jay?
Yes, I cannot wait. I cannot. And what's really exciting me is that there's at least another 3 cultures coming. So there's more stuff coming down the line.
Yeah. I do wonder it'll just be the mountain stuff for this book, but
for the time being, yeah. But it means you can expand the army in a year or 2's time when another release comes along.
Yeah. You're right there, though. There's definitely different parts to these 2 builds. Like the kind of stone that the one on the left standing on.
Oh yeah, on the base, yeah. It does remind me a lot of the Tree Man.
It's the same kind of silhouette of the Tree Man.
Yeah, you can build the Durfu, the Tree Lord Ancient, and the Tree Lord, and they all have different sort of poses and bits.
Now, I do wonder, does he unlock more of them as battle line?
Oh, they do like the Bearmasters battle line.
Because I would make an army of them.
Oh boy. I mean, one thing's for sure, it is unique looking, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I'm wondering whether there's some conversion opportunities to fit these in a Beasts of Chaos army, perhaps.
They're not chaotic, though.
No, that's what I mean. You'd have to maybe a Slaanesh Beast of Chaos type force, perhaps.
Oh, lots of aura abilities, Jay. By the sounds of it, keep them all together. Each of your different stone characters give off a buff to the nearby units.
So that was an awesome preview of all the new elf kits. I think there's still stuff we haven't seen though.
Yeah.
So what have we got? So. What have we got so far? We've got 3 infantry kits now, 1 cavalry kit, 2 monster kits if you include Teclis. Mm-hmm. We've still not seen the war machine, which is referenced in the Lumineth lowdown articles we've read so far. So I think there's still going to be some sort of artillery piece on the cards. And then, I mean, we've not seen the artillery piece. There's a possibility there may be at least one other culture released alongside here. We don't know. It'd be a bit unusual, I think, for I mean, if we look there, there's 1, 2, 3 units there associated with the mountain. So I mean, potentially there's another 9 units down the line that we've not seen yet.
Yeah, I think it's going to be all mountain based. Looking at these, there's a lot of mountain iconography across the range, isn't there? The floating islands and the mage on the top of a floating bit of rock.
Yeah,
I think what this does kind of say is, obviously we've got Teclis coming. I think eventually we'll get Tyrion, but I don't think he's going to be in this wave. I think he's going to be, now we've got 2 Behemoths. I think he's going to front another one of the elements.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see him in
maybe Zenith or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, if these are going to be like the poster boys of the range, the Stormcast, we've had a new battle tome pretty much every year with the new range of new kits. Wouldn't surprise me if the same happened for these guys.
Yeah.
Definitely can't wait for the next reveal.
You know what? I didn't expect to get a monster alongside Teclis.
No, neither did I.
But and again, it's just got that throwback to the Tree Man of old.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like elf armies didn't have big monsters in them.
I wonder as well, whether we will see some other kind of support character. I mean, you've got Teclis, you've got the Light of Elfarian, you've got the Battle Cow special character, and you've got the Stone Mage. I wonder if there's another mage or some other unit champion coming. I mean, because otherwise you've not got many options to lead your force. You've only got Teclis, Elfarian, and the mage. And this character, I guess. So you got four options, but three of them are named.
Pretty much all the old elf stuff reimagined. So I reckon we'll see, because a lot of releases have 4 characters, don't they, in blisters. So I think we'll see a standard bearer character with kind of an aura buff or something, like the Ancient for 40k. And I think we'll see a kind of combat character on a mount.
Yeah. Yes, I think you're right.
It's Rob.
Is that an Ent behind him? For a minute, I thought it was a Bayhamhat model.
That's a big Ent. Oh,
nice.
Yeah, that's a fantastic model. So Ayama, we said the other day, he's currently unavailable. This is why.
Because he's got a brand new plastic kit on the way.
I love how the horse is like rearing up as he's throwing that spear as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very
That's
dynamic.
a scene in the Return of the King, isn't it, where he lines up in front of the Mummakill and then lobs his spear at the rider, the guy controlling it. Yeah. I actually think I prefer him with the helm, his helmet on. I think that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm always a big fan of helmets on.
I think in some of the Lord of the Rings miniatures, they get a really, really good likeness of the actor that played them in the film. So Theoden, I think, looks fantastic. Gandalf always looks incredible. Éomer, I would say he looks a cracking model, but I'm not sure the likeness is there when he's got his helmet off. With the helmet on, he does look like Éomer.
It was Carl Urban, wasn't it, that played him?
Carl Urban, yeah.
Carl Urban, yeah.
It doesn't look like Carl Urban, but like you say, with the helmet on, it looks really good. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad sculpt, but like you say, the likeness isn't as good as some of the other ones.
No.
I really like how they painted the horse as well. That's really nice.
Almost like a stipple effect, isn't it? On the.
See, I'm currently painting a Dunland army, so looking forward to killing some Rohan. But I have got enough points to do a Rohan force, because obviously at tournaments you take a good army and an evil army. So I might do some Rohan and base them the same with my Dunland.
Yep. This guy's plastic, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think he is.
This comes back to something you were saying on last week's podcast, Dave. Plastic kits with lots of options for the loadout.
We've never seen that in Lord of the Rings.
No. I don't know about you guys, but I really fancy a game of Lord of the Rings in this.
Yeah.
So if you go onto Warhammer Community, they've got some pictures of him with and without his shield. And yeah, it changes the pose completely.
Oh, does it?
Replaces spear with a sword.
Oh, yeah.
And the horse gets some barding as well with the shield.
Yeah, I think I'm a fan of the sword Éomer.
Sword and board.
Sword and board.
Sword, board, and helmet. Yeah, looks fantastic. I like the guy. I like him with the spear on the horse, though. I think that's a cool.
Yeah. You have to buy 2, Jay, and do one of each.
Yeah.
To be fair, plastic kits are easily to magnetize as well. It looks like it's just that arm that's different on both models, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only difficult bit is the shield on the horse. To be fair, you probably get away without that on there. I mean, the specialist games plastics, we've said multiple times, are as good, if not better, than Forge World Resin at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. listening to Rob now, I genuinely do think the sort of return of Middle Earth has gone so much more popular than they expected, because you were just saying they made the plastic Theoden thinking that would be the only plastic character kit they would do for Middle Earth.
Yeah.
But because it did so well, they're now doing a full range of plastic characters. And obviously they've already done Gandalf and Pippin, Merry and Eowyn. Saruman, yeah.
They've got the free hunters.
The free hunters.
They are fantastic miniatures. I hope this means that in the future we get some plastic infantry kits as well.
Yeah.
Because that's what puts a lot of people off Lord of the Rings. A lot of it is metal or resin. Well, all of the range pretty much is metal or resin now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I just messaged Ben Johnson saying, "Battle line, battle cows?" ? And somebody immediately answered, "And a battalion, so we can take 5." Ben Johnson liked both of those tweets. So we shall see.
I can see a good battle between Battle Cows and Sons of Behemat, Matt.
Yes.
That might be an interesting battle.
So what are your thoughts on the preview show so far? It's been pretty good, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far. Very
full
of surprises.
Oh, go on, sorry.
It's full of surprises.
Yeah, well, I really like this format of the designers and studio staff chatting about it as well. Gives you a bit more insight than just seeing the images on the website, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Lots of cool new plastic and resin models Rob just mentioned there.
That aim is amazing.
It's very nice. I wasn't expecting a battle cow. I was expecting a dragon.
That's definitely next week's podcast episode name, isn't it? I wasn't expecting a battle cow.
I wasn't expecting a battle cow.
I can't remember what it's called.
Oh. Warhammer 40k.
Incy Spider.
Oh, preserve who?
It's like a VR game.
It is. Well, this is going to be everyone's favourite Doctor. Look at him.
Whoa, that looks incredible.
Emperor's Children, Matt?
Yep.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Look at that. It's got all the kind of like vibes of the original Jez Goodwin version, but with, the current plastic technology.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too dissimilar, does it, to the current version, which is good. It's like Mephiston, where Mephiston was just more of like a slightly tweaked version of the current model. Or the old one.
Yeah.
That's a good audio snippet, isn't it? Fabian Bile, not a nice guy.
Yeah. You don't want him to be your local GP, do you?
Definitely not. Definitely not. I really think he's going to play such a big part with the story going forward.
Yeah. You want to Primaricize, essentially, the Chaos Space Marines, won't he? That'll be the storyline.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is this a precursor to a full Emperor's Children range? We know they've been coming a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's 2 teasers we've had now. We had the Noise Marine as a Christmas special over a year ago, and now Fabius.
Mm-hmm. Obsessed with clothing things. There you go. All this evidence pointing towards Primaris Chaos Marines.
Or clones of historic Chaos characters,
Ooh.
Okay, it's interesting. So he spent time with the homunculi. I did think when we saw the first preview image of his little kind of like minion that they looked very Dark Eldar-y, didn't they?
What are they called? Mandrakes, are they? Or
yeah.
Racks, aren't they? The Racks.
So that's a nice little kind of twist if he's been training under them.
And I mean, it's strange this though, because obviously Fulgrim is a servant of Slaanesh. Is that right?
He is, but they may not know that.
Perhaps.
And whether he's actually sold his soul to Slaanesh, he may not have done.
He's not been mutated, has he? So
no.
I don't know the background of Fulgrim. Yeah, I'm not sure whether he is loyal to not Fulgrim, Fabius, whether he is loyal to Fulgrim still or not. Maybe he's just gone on his own way now and just serves himself almost.
I think Fabius has just used his, he's favoured by his master, which just gives him an excuse to do his mad science stuff rather than doing it for chaos. He's just a nutter. So there we go. He wants to build his empire for himself rather than follow any gods.
Turned his back on Fulgrim.
Right, okay.
So that's interesting. It may not even have the Emperor's Children keyword then.
No.
Interesting. So, War of the Spider, there's 4 symbols there. We've got Talons of the Emperor. We've got what looks like Death Guard with 3 skulls. There's the Chaos Star. What's that sword through the skull?
That's a good question. Oh, a new Chaos Space Marine subfaction, the Agents of Bile.
Ah.
So no Harlequins in this one then?
No. So yeah, it's Fabius's own faction. That's interesting.
That's very interesting. Oh, Officio Assassinorum and Talons of the Emperor. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, so what's he planning? The Death Guard, Officio Assassinorum, Talons of the Emperor, all of their reasons for to stop Bile. This book will feature new rules for Adeptus Custodies, Sister of Silence, Imperial Assassins. Also additional rules for the 7 plague companies of the Death Guard, and a new Chaos Marine sub-faction called Agents of Bile, representing the twisted creations of the Clone Father.
Now, I do wonder if we'll have like the mutants and zombies and stuff that we used to have back in the day. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Imperial Assassins stuff that's going to be in War of the Spider is a lot of the stuff that's been copied and pasted from White Dwarf, because it wasn't that long ago when they got a big update.
So a lot of these books are compiling all the stuff that's either been in chapter approved or in White Dwarf articles or just in the indexes. So I guess these will be the definitive assassin rules for this edition then.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting that it mentions the Death Guard as an enemy of Fabius Bile. As he spins his plans and schemes, his enemies close in on him. The Death Guard, Officio Assassinorum, and Talons of the Emperor, all of their reasons for wanting to stop Bile. What reason could Mortarion have for wanting to stop Bile, I wonder?
Well, Nurgle is about entropy and stuff, he doesn't like change, where Fabius is messing with the natural order, isn't he?
Yeah.
Nurgle is the cycle of birth and death and, all that, where if Fabius is messing with that and giving people a natural life, then Nurgle probably isn't best pleased.
No. Not at all. That's interesting. That's an interesting lineup for that book.
Yeah, well, I would pick that up because obviously I've got a Death Guard army and I love that Fabius model, especially if it's a weird subfaction with his twisted creations. I think that'd be really good.
Yeah, that could be really cool.
Even I imagine there's not been any official models. It might just be Chaos Space Marines with random stat lines, but that opens up a load of conversion opportunities, doesn't it?
Yep.
Do you know what I would like to see with that release? I would like to see a multi-part Obliterators box, because at the moment you can only get them in the start collecting that was originally in that starter box.
Yes, well, they're very much Fabius Bile's kind of cup of tea, aren't they?
They are, definitely.
And
so
I wonder, do the Imperial Assassins then fall under the Talons of the Emperor?
Yeah, possibly.
Because that's a nice way of for the assassins and the sisters being able to take a force if they can take like a Custody HQ.
Yeah, maybe there'll be an assassin headquarters unit. You can promote one of your assassins into a squad leader. Do you know was it in one of the Horus Heresy books where they deployed a band of assassins to infiltrate the Mechanicum? Maybe one takes operational command of that team of assassins, so you can be taken as similar to the what you can do in the Harlequin army, but you can spend 2 CP to upgrade one of your troop masters to a Great Harlequin, and the chapter master as well. Obviously, the Space Marine captain to a chapter master. There you go, Dave. You
And
might
same
be able
with-
to have an Eversa captain.
And same with the Sisters of Silence. You know, in the same way that the Custody kit can build one of those guys as a character, can't they?
Yeah.
You could maybe have a character level sister. There's loads of extra components on that sprue to have a slightly fancier looking one as a character.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So what's the last release we've got, or is that?
We've only got one left. That
something
I
about
think
a
it's a
flame
biggie as well. It's what?
Oh, I've just noticed if you go into the Warhammer community website and look at the preview, you can scroll up and down on Fulgrim, and it basically overlays the old model on top.
Oh, Fabius, you mean?
Yeah, Fabius. I keep calling Fulgrim. Yeah, Fabius. Yeah, so you can actually see it's pretty much an identical model, isn't it? It's just been refined.
Don't mess with what's, don't break what's good. I had that original model, but the new one is so nice.
Yeah.
Because really, it didn't need much changing with it, did it?
No, they hardly changed anything. They basically just, updated it. So, the needles now look sharp, and because obviously back then it was hard to make really fine, pointed parts of the model. The paint scheme is almost identical, but I mean you can see how far heavy metal standards have come in there since back then. All the the toxins and things in the vials look incredible.
Early 90s, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done a really good job with that. Again, not completely reinventing it, just refining what they already had. But yeah, I've seen the full reveal for the next one, and it's very good.
Well, I mean, it's got to be Horus Heresy on it, Dave. I think because it's been free of the main systems, and Horus Heresy is the other main system, isn't it? So I don't think it's going to be. Maybe next week we'll see all of the specialist games type stuff.
Next week, I reckon we'll see Blackstone Fortress. Not Blackstone Fortress, Battlefleet Gothic.
Oh man, can you imagine if Battlefleet Gothic came out next week?
I know.
Oh man.
But that's it. They've done Titanicus. All the Titans are out now for that. They've done Aeronautica in the second kind of wave that's coming out. It's ripe time for a new specialist game starter box, isn't it?
Gosh, Battlefleet Gothic would be so cool. My favourite specialist game.
And that'd be because in the big specialist game boxes, they're like 150 quid out there, and they come out around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And you could easily, if they're going to be like bigger scale, they're going to be impressive ships, aren't they?
Oh. Warcry.
Oh, I've not seen this.
Oh man.
Wow.
They look incredible.
Scions of the Flame. Oh, what?
So yeah, we need to be playing some Warcry, don't we?
Oh, what? They were incredible.
Mr. Ben Johnson.
Oh, Matt, these guys look so cool.
They do. They absolutely do.
They will slip nicely into your Slaves to Darkness army.
Well, yeah, they've already got a war scroll as well, which is cool. I believe. Maybe they haven't.
Look at the paint job on that guy that's on fire. And that scythe, the axe that's on fire, it looks like a scythe. What?
Oh, the female one.
Yeah.
These are incredible models, aren't they?
I'm just looking at them all on Warhammer Community now. I think my favourite is the one that's got the two hand weapons. It's got a half circular kind of blade fist weapon kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, mine's the leader. The guy in samurai armor with a sword on fire.
I like the fact that they're wearing Chaos Dwarf beards for clothes.
Yeah. That's how hardcore they are.
Wow.
Look at them. They are amazing. Right, I need to make an army of these guys then, don't I? These models would be really nice for Warhammer Roleplay as well.
Yeah.
They'd be really nice Chaos Cultist models as well.
Yeah. You've got a priest in the warband as well.
You know what? I'm also thinking these guys could really easily be converted into a Necromunda gang.
I just love all the armor and the scales kind of on the cloaks.
I quite like in Warcry that they're not overtly chaos flavored, are they?
No.
Well, a lot of the warbands don't even know they're actually serving chaos, do they? I think.
No.
I mean, some of them, like who are the guys that tear the faces off each other? Those guys probably have an inkling that they're doing something naughty, but
yeah. I mean, these have got very much a Game of Thrones fire priest cult kind of vibe to them, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like the guy with just the cloak and he's like throwing fire on his dagger. That could easily be an Order character. It doesn't look chaotic, does he?
No.
Well, this is a nice surprise because this isn't one that was spoilt for me before the show.
Does that mean you maybe have seen one from next week then?
No, I think it still is today.
Okay, so there's more stuff coming then. Okay.
Well, they definitely meet the criteria of what did they say on Warhammer Community? The lighting of a new fire.
Yeah.
Very much so.
On the ground of the thing that I have seen was spoilt in the email that Games Workshop was sent during this, I think it is still coming as the surprise at the end.
Check this out. On Warhammer Community, when they're talking about this new Warcry warband, it says, while these are the last of the missing warbands from the Warcry core rulebook, they are by no means the final warband for the game.
Yeah, well, we'd speculated a second starter box coming out with some new scenery because they have been chucking out scenery at an astonishing rate, but it's just finding ways to release that scenery. I think they like to put scenery out in a boxed game and then sell it separately later.
Yeah. Ben Johnson firmly sitting in there. I'm not telling you anything more about any future Warcry stuff.
Yeah, that's a point. His armies tend to be like 4 or 5 models each, don't they?
Yeah. They're never big. Doesn't do horde armies, does he?
Yeah, I wonder if Ben did have a moment where I thought, there's not anything in this cabinet that's not been released yet, is there?
Oh. The Horus Heresy.
Oh.
Hey. Oh boy.
Look at that.
Oh.
So cool. He looks like a giant.
Oh my days.
The best Primarch model we've had so far.
Yes, he looks incredible. I can't believe how big he looks. He's got a helmeted head as well, Dave.
Oh my days, that was amazing.
So, Dark Angels army for Heresy, Dave?
Oh, I'd love to start a Dark Angels Heresy army. I'll probably just end up buying that model. That was incredible. That was so cool.
You can see the helmeted version on Warcom as well.
Oh, right. I'm looking at it now. Wait. I'm on my way.
Just
I'm on
like
my way.
A big black Templar.
Oh.
Is that the sound of Dave emptying his wallet in preparation for the line coming out?
That is
I think we've run out of memes as well. You know, we've got squats with the lions coming out.
Yeah, why is it just the plastic fun huts? The only thing we've not seen.
That's it, yeah.
Oh man, that is it. Oh, it's so cool.
And he's
I love
webcam
that
rubbish.
model.
I love the pile of dead Night Lords that he's fighting as well.
Yeah.
Oh guys, that is the best Primarch.
It really is. I mean, he
has a choice of weapons. The choice of weapons: the Lion Sword or the Wolf Blade. Sorry.
Huh.
So it looks like a chain sword or a regular sword, perhaps. You can, of course, paint the Dead Space Marines in any colour. Even black winks in Heresy.
I just love everything about it. The pose, the base, everything.
It's an amazing model. One of the best Forge World models. All the Dark Angel stuff they've done has been incredible.
Yeah, you were right, Jay.
Chaps.
So
a picture with the sword.
Yeah, it's in the video, isn't it? The one with the sword, yeah. So you don't need kidney, right? I could just sell that and start a Dark
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Angels 30k army.
And don't forget, 30k, you could build an army around Terminators.
So will that be his scenic base, I guess?
Yeah, so the raised area will probably come off separately, and that'll be a smaller base that he can just stand on as a gaming piece.
Yeah. Do you know, I'd love to use him in 40k, maybe use Gulliman's rules.
Yeah.
For now.
So you getting that model then, Dave?
Oh well, I mean I like a lot of the Primarchs, but I've never wanted to really buy one. Whereas that guy is amazing.
I mean, they've been doing these models for a long time now. How long's the Heresy game been running?
Oh man, 6 years or something, 7 years maybe.
In fact, it might even be longer than that. It's come a long way from Angron with the first one. Not Angron. Yeah, it was Angron. Was the first one that they released alongside the Istvan book. Yeah, the models have come a long way since then.
I can only imagine what it's going to be like in plastic.
So I think that's every Primarch we've seen now, apart from Jagati Khan.
Yeah.
Yep.
At some point, I'd like to have a display shelf with each of these Primarchs painted.
Yeah, would look good.
It's not a cheap project, that, is it?
No.
No.
Oh, Alfarian. We've not got an Alfarian.
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, we do have Alpha. Of course we do, yeah. Yeah, he's got the spear, hasn't he? Yeah.
You know what? There's some models where I prefer the helmeted or the unhelmeted version. I like both variants on this model.
Yeah, same here. I think I'll do him with the hair though, the blonde hair, the face, because I just think I like the artwork of him without his helmet. So
yeah.
Whereas I would put a helmet on him.
you got to take the regular sword rather than the chain sword as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. That's a bumper assortment of reveals we've seen.
Wow. What a point to end on. Oh dear.
And we've got all this again next Saturday.
So Forge World Lionel Johnson this week, 40k Lionel Johnson next week, right? No. I don't think we'll see another plastic Primarch until the next edition of the game now. But that was a really good reveal, guys. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued to see if they'll have any little hints of what's coming in this kind of roundup they're doing in a minute.
Yeah.
Just checking the silhouettes on the thing. Yeah, I can't see any additional silhouettes.
No, that's all the ones that I knew about. Which means next week, what we're thinking then? Necromunda, Titanicus, Aeronautica, obviously. Underworld.
Aeronautica, yeah. Underworlds, maybe. Yes, Underworlds, potentially, because we've seen all the warbands now, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
Maybe Xenos, Adeptus Titanicus. Would be a bit of a wish list, that, I think.
I think we'd be more likely to see Corrupted Titans.
Yeah.
More of the Tau kits for Aeronautica.
Yeah.
The next season of Underworlds and where it's set. And obviously a lot of stuff out of House of Blades as well for Necromunda.
Of course, yeah.
And I do wonder if they'll end with a little teaser for the next edition of 40k.
Yeah. I was just thinking then, we've not had a 40k, but yeah, I suppose Psychic Awakening covered the 40k element off, didn't it? But
the bittersweet thing is it might be a while till we see any of these models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've got some exciting stuff to look forward to when the world returns to normality.
When we come out the other side, yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool. So Lieutenant Amalius can be ordered today from GamesWorkshop.com, and they'll send it out once the world returns to normality.
Well, that's cool. That's
He is
nice.
£20.
Cool.
Well, there we go. That was a pretty awesome show, wasn't it, guys?
That was a very awesome show. What was your favourite part, Matt?
War cows.
War cows. Jay, what about you?
Yes, it's got to be the Luminef.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, for me, it has to be the Lion. 110%. You know, war cows are cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's all about that Primarch. What an incredible model.
It is an incredible model. I'm very tempted to pick one up just to paint.
Yeah. That was a very cool preview.
I don't think there's been a poor model in all of those reveals.
No.
It was a bit of a shame that it all leaked, about 2 hours before the show.
Yeah, so you got a little bit spoilt by that, Matt. Whereas me and Jay went in with fresh eyes. We didn't know what to expect. Aside from Fabius that leaked yesterday, we didn't know what else was going to be revealed. The biggest surprise for me was a massive cow for the Luminef. I was expecting a dragon, I'll be honest.
We said, didn't we? A dragon seems the obvious option. I mean, I really like the weird cow mountain monster thing.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm in two minds. I don't know whether we've seen everything yet. I think there may still be one or two eye-opening releases for the Luminef on the cards with this initial release, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make it unusual if it, but I don't know.
And what have you thought of the format? I mean, they apologise that this isn't the way they wanted to do it, and it was cobbled together at the last minute. I think they've done an excellent job considering the circumstances.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a very professional layout. You would have thought they planned that for weeks, the way that it was formatted and presented, when actually it's probably more likely days. So no, I think kudos to them. A very good job.
Yeah. And more next week. That's the exciting bit.
Yeah, who knows what we're going to see next week? Who knows?
So, are any of you guys ordering the show-only model?
I might be tempted to actually. Yeah, I did. I was very tempted to get him at the last event we went to that he was available, but I resisted. So I might do.
Dave.
I could paint him in green. Yeah, this is it now, isn't it? He could be a Dark Angels lieutenant. So, yeah, we'll think about that. Are you guys going to pick him up?
You know what? I've got about 5 or 6 different lieutenants now for the Space Marines, so I'm probably good. He's one of the least interesting ones, I think. I prefer the guy with the orc's head and the chainsword.
Oh yeah, I know which
the
one.
The new
mean,
store model or the store anniversary model.
Yeah, I've got quite a few lieutenants myself, so I don't know whether I will pick him up. Although he is a nice enough model. Guys, I've just shared an image with you, something we didn't see for the Luminef, which I've just spied on. There's a big picture basically which shows all of the models we've seen today, and on there is a new model that we haven't seen yet.
Oh, wow. I think someone will have to put a post up with that new model, because that looks it looks like a caster, maybe, another one.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It doesn't quite look like it fits the mountain theme, but...
You're standing on a bit of rock.
It's standing on some rock, yeah. I think we have seen the face of this model on the Luminef Lowdown article a few weeks ago, didn't we? But not the whole model, which you can now see in the image.
Nice.
Well, there you go. That was this week's Warhammer preview. Lots of really good stuff there. If you would like to share your thoughts to us, please do via social media, facebook.com/Sprues and Brews, and head over to Twitter @Sprues and Brews. We will be discussing all this on our next podcast, which we'll be recording next week for release on Friday. If you've never listened to our podcast before, do check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor, and we have also started to put them onto YouTube as well. So our last podcast is now available. I'll put the link in the description so you can check that out on YouTube as well. But my thanks for joining me, Matt and Jay. We'll be back again next week, I guess.
I look forward to it.
Yep.
See you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.